Good evening, welcome to, September 23rd, 2021 Planning Board meeting. The first item on the agenda is continued subdivision for Francis and Nancy Burrow Family Trust on Rockland Road and Route 77, tax map 202, lot 94. Mr. Higginson, sir. Oh, you got plans, good.
Oh, yeah. Small ones are the easement.
Thank you.
The big ones are the revisions from last time, the revisions to the cistern, and the grading plan.
For the comments?
Huh?
Was there, you got the comments, right? From Keach?
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did, you were copied
You were
on it.
CC'd on the email
Today?
No,
yesterday.
yesterday.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Well,
Well, here they are if you want a copy.
It starts out saying,
And don't forget this.
the email said you did a very good job before the attached memo, by the way, so.
well, I'm going to address these comments on the cistern and the grading plan, no problem. I don't know what they are, but I'm going to be excited to find out.
So might as well pass them on. There you go, Chuck. Yeah, your own personal plans.
It's a trick question.
Bruce, can you see those plans?
No, I can't see anything. I don't have Comcast.
I'm just kidding.
Did you see the comments from the boards? Various boards.
Nope.
No, yeah, I can't give you my only
But
problem.
some of them got addressed at the last time he was here, because he had to turn on a layer for Wendy's.
Yeah,
comments.
so
Oh,
I-
that's right.
I added, yeah, so I added the bearings and distances and the tie line, and the things that we had talked about at the last meeting. I don't know how I didn't get that. I'm sure you sent it to me.
I didn't, Steve Keach did.
Steve did.
Oh, then,
He sent it directly to you.
so he
He
sent
sent
me
it to
the,
me, him, and you.
and the board meeting, the board
No,
minutes?
no,
Yeah,
just his letter.
yeah, so the board, yeah,
This came from Naomi,
okay,
to me, us.
okay, gotcha.
So what have you done, sir?
So I added the tie line and the bearings and distances that were on there. I did the easement for the cistern.
Ooh, back up. Which plan has the bearing distances on?
The sheet 2 has the bearings and distances around the proposed lot, and sheet 1 has the ones that you can't see that are plus or minus and just to the nearest degree, because we asked to waive for the full boundary.
Yep.
So it's a combination of the two sheets, because it's sheet 1 shows it overall, but I kept the bearings and distances on sheet 2 to keep it clean. So I did have to put some on sheet 1.
So you're recording both sheets.
Yep, sheets 1, 2, and the easement sheet 3.
This, okay,
Yeah, it's the,
this one,
yeah, the 11 by 17.
okay. Well, some of the comments. Let's start with, why do you have some of the distances on the first sheet, but not all of them?
Because so the second sheet is the one that shows the entirety of the proposed lot. So that's the one that I put the bearings and distances on. But you wanted bearings and distances on all of them, so I had to put them on the first sheet, because that's the only place that bottom part along Rockland shows, so I had to put some on there. So there's some on the first sheet and some on the second sheet, because the second sheet doesn't show the entirety of the parcel. And all the ones on the first sheet are imprecise to show approximate, because that's the portion that we asked to waive the full boundary survey.
Okay, I think that's where Wendy's getting confused.
Could be. Some of the questions too from the building part you already answered, but go ahead.
So can you move the wall so the radius isn't out in the road?
Sure.
I thought so. Getting you a new driveway permit, which is not a big deal. I'm sure the other one ran out by now. Building department says well raised for abutting lot 95 is not shown. Where in the world is lot 95? The little one
On Concord Stage.
yeah, up on 77.
Yep, I can get that and put it on there.
Wetland stamp? Right? How about a note in the first sheet saying see second sheet for details of what, whatever? Just so everybody knows, look at the second sheet for the geometry of the first lot. Lot numbers and acreage would be good on the second sheet too.
Lot number, they're good on it, or put them on the second as well?
I'd put them, yes, I'd put them
Okay.
on. There's no lot number in sheet one for the new lot. Oh, there it is. I didn't see it. That's the little things I see. So what's the fire chief say about the cistern?
I hope you're not asking me.
Yes, I was.
I have not heard any feedback.
Feedback I got was, see letter regarding the details from the fire chief.
You had it last time.
I did? Really? There's no new letter?
Oh, so that letter I did get, and I sent that back to both Mitchie, I sent that back to Mitchie Corp, and they made out those changes, so that's the new,
That's the old letter, I haven't gotten an updated letter.
yeah, so those changes are reflected on the sheets 1, 2, and 3 of the cistern itself. So after the site plan is the 3 cistern sheets. The comments from Keach at a quick run through don't look like it's that big of a deal, just very
No.
minor housekeeping things.
Questions? Other comments? No, I got condensed my notes.
So what's on here is what is the updated one for the cisterns?
Yes.
Mitchie, okay.
Yep.
15,000 gallon.
Yep. There was, Keats noted somewhere it was written, it's 15,000, but it was written 30 somewhere, so we'll get that changed down to 15.
Yep.
So it's consistent.
Why do you have an existing house and Frank has a proposed well?
Change that to existing.
Lot number's that?
Because when it comes in as a block, it comes in as proposed, and I didn't change it.
I knew why.
Number two?
Lot 94, 20294. The only other little thing I just noticed is you have on sheet 2, it would be on Frank's north property line. Oh no, never mind, that's the contour label. I thought it was a layer issue, but it wasn't. My brain issue.
I think I got the layer issues all cleaned up after the last one.
Anybody from the public have any comments or questions, concerns, like to speak? It's like pulling teeth around here. Hearing that, I'll close public comment. I know.
I recovered a
There's a
number.
reason all those people are out there, isn't there?
I recovered a number of the monuments out there that I thought weren't set, and I have a few to still set, which I will do on Monday pending a conditional approval.
That's the one we looked for. These are the ones we looked for. We couldn't find one on our site walk.
Were the,
No, it was this one.
those were set.
Oh, you found them?
They got set after the sidewalk.
Oh,
So those have been set. So all those ones as a part of the other parcel were set. The ones down on Rockland, I found the two fronts, the rears were proposed to be set, so I'm hoping I can find those. And then it's just the ones by the small lot on 77 that I have to set.
these ones.
Yep. So,
This one.
yep. So I'll take care of that.
Well, either way, all of them are going to be set.
Yes, absolutely. Set or found. And marked up.
How about the southeast? North arrow. I assume. Southeast corner of, what, 24, I think it is? No, 95.
Yep, that's good. I gotta set that one. That's gonna be a PK in the pavement because we're over a little bit there by about a foot.
Railroad spike.
Railroad spike.
It's bigger.
Big, okay, sure, railroad spike, no problem.
PK nail, you're not that old.
Mag nail. I worked for art, I used a lot of PK nails.
I'm sorry. Everything was a PK nail back then. We missing anything else?
Actually, it's probably gonna be a rebar because it's very, very thin pavement. I think it'll just go right down through.
Do we have a note anywhere about the cistern on here? Or should we have a note?
There's a
There's a
cistern note on sheet one.
There's a location.
I don't remember exactly what it says, but there's definitely a note. It says it's required.
Prior to the
I think
issuance of
we
building
worked on,
permit.
we worked on the language for that a couple meetings ago.
Note 10, fire system will be required to be installed prior to the issuance of a building permit for the proposed lot. 202-94.3, okay.
I'd like to make a motion. You're looking at me.
I'm looking at them. Oh, I need to appoint you as a voting member, because Bruce isn't here. So Ray is a voting member.
He is here.
I guess that counts, doesn't it?
He's noted as via phone.
Okay, never mind, you can't vote. You can still talk, though,
Okay,
please.
Sorry, Ray.
that's all right. I'll forgive you this time.
Hang up on him. You could do that. You're close enough, you could reach that. Well, since nobody else is gonna say anything, I'll make a motion to approve the few conditions. One, Keach Nordstrom approval on the cistern design, fire chief sign off on the cistern. Well shown on lot 20295. Add a note on sheet 1 to say see sheet 2. Sheet 2 has a lot number and acreages for both 94.3 and 94. Wetland stamp on both sheets. Change the proposed well radius to an existing well radius on lot 94. Set the monuments. Add a monument at the southeast corner of lot 95. DOT permit. In the north arrow on sheet 2.
Had the well radius for lot 95.
He said that in his
I
mumbles.
said that.
Oh, okay.
That was the second one.
Okay, perfect, yep.
Third one.
That's everything I have.
Second.
Discussion.
So, I think I have most of them. I have more than you do, though.
Uh-oh.
I add the bearings and distances
That's
around
done.
proposed lot sheet 2. That's done.
Yes.
I have recording, oh, that's just a note for us. You're recording sheets 1, 2, and 3. Move
Yes.
well radius so it's not in the road.
Yep,
Oop, I missed that, didn't I?
Need updated DOT permit.
yep, we have that one.
Show the well radius on lot 20295.
Yep,
Wetland stamp.
yep,
Note on sheet 1, direct unit sheet
Yep.
2. Lot number and amounts on sheet 2.
yep,
Lot 20294, change proposed well to existing well.
yep,
Need north arrow on sheet 2.
yep.
And I missed something else.
Set corners.
Yes, corners.
Set monuments. And you said something about K and A.
Keach Nordstrom's approval of the cistern rating.
Okay, I think I captured it.
We have a motion, a second, and I accept her revision to my motion. Is it okay with you?
Yes.
Okay. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Are you a yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Opposed? Abstained? Thank you. Congratulations. I'm gonna keep that.
See you, Frank.
Alright, I'll only need one, but we don't need all the paper. I'll take the one that each got drawn on. You guys are welcome to have yours or the recycle bins over there.
Want my notes?
Oh, no, don't fold it.
Those are
I
all.
mean, don't roll it.
The big one.
Want my notes too?
Sure. I don't want it rolled though.
She's picky.
And I think he got away with my sheet from the pizza. So
I think I got away with what?
he got away with my
Oh,
Nordstrom. That's right.
will give this to me. I won't lose it then. Second item on the agenda is a conceptual meeting, Hargraves Mountain View Ranch LLC, on 91 Dudley Brook Road, tax map 105, lot 55, 55.1, and 55-2 in the RA zone. Yes.
Hi, yeah,
Hi.
I'm Linnea Hargraves, and I own the property on Dudley Brook Road, 91 Dudley Brook Road. It's a 52-acre lot that, it's all mostly
Can you just-
agricultural.
He's trying to hear from the phone.
Oh, okay, mostly agricultural. It has one house. I think I noted, actually, let me go. Hand these out to you. Oh, maybe you have, I don't know.
just have the top
There's
sheet.
just, I mean, I added a couple things in here, so
Okay.
it's a preliminary, so I don't have any drawings or anything. Oops, sorry about
That's
that.
okay.
I said six.
Thank you.
We can share.
I'll look over your shoulder.
No, you won't.
So, I actually own both sides of the street. The 91 Dudley Brook Road is 52 acres, mostly pasture, some wooded areas. Has a house, you might have seen it if you've been on that road. It's like a 1790 old house. Was it?
Yeah, it sits up a little bit, if you're going down Dudley Brook.
Yeah.
Used to have a big white dog out front guarding the sheep.
Exactly, right. That was a previous owner.
Yes.
Lewis's, right. So, I bought that property and we've just, we had horses and goats and, we've hated it. But I gutted the interior of the house at one point and it's just been sitting there and I've had a lot of people asking if they could, use the barn for a wedding or whatever, and I've been processing this for a few years. I think I bought it in 2014. I also own across the street, which is 86 Dudley Brook Road, and that's about 28 acres. There's another property right behind that. So it used to be all one farm. So I feel like I kind of put the farm back together. There's another 12 acres at 122. I did not write those details in this, but I'm telling you so that you have an idea that, there's about 100 acres right there that neighbors the property. My hope and goal is to take the house and preserve it into kind of like an arts and crafts kind of house. And then right now has an additional barn that was built, I don't know, maybe in the 80s or 90s. And I want to take that down and put it up an event center. The event center, I'm hoping, is just to look like an old barn. On the inside, it'll look natural, but not, a new reproduction type of product. Right now, I also have a hoop barn. That hoop barn will come down because it's kind of an eyesore anyway. And then there's a nice view from that whole property that looks over at Crotchet Mountain. So it's a really pleasing property to look at, and the hope is to maybe hold some weddings there. I was hoping somewhere between 300 to 500 people. Parking, I would be looking at using my property across the street. I'm hoping to have a kitchen in there where people would bring in their own caterers, and there'll be, if there's bartending, they would bring their own bartending. It would run something similar to like what Lakeshore Village Resort does. This would be indoors. The property could also be used for schools if they want, because I have a sugar house, and then we were going to we had a large garden there, but I wanted to do more of a pumpkin patch and do some educational things for local schools, not limiting it to just local, but, and then some corporate meeting place, maybe churches doing some fundraising events. There might be some outdoor stuff but I'm not really looking to try to keep, the weddings and the loud noise inside the building, and hopefully have, at some of the larger events would be either police detail or some kind of security detail to kind of watch properties and maintain, especially if it's a wedding. But the other type of events, it could be, so the inside of the building, I'm hoping that I'm not sure of the square footage, and the drawings that you see are not, those are just pictures off the internet, because I didn't want to put a lot of money into getting an architect to
Sure.
help me with this, depending on what you would approve for the size. But it seems to be a demand in this area. I know there's a couple other things going on. This is really specific. When people have a wedding, it's specific. But there'll also be other types of parties that people could have, or corporate meeting rooms. So part of it, I was hoping to have a basement with maybe a couple of large meeting rooms. They could also be training rooms somebody who has a yoga class or something, or there's a lot of, retreat things going on. I own a few properties on the lakefront as well, and then I have horses, and, we would probably do something where we'd bring people back and forth to their, by horse and carriage or something like that, back and forth to where they're staying. So those are just some ideas. So I guess what I'm seeking today is just putting it out on the table. The property's it's beautiful, it's been sitting there. We maintain it. I'd like to keep it in like a current use state for not changing too much. Maybe the fence line a little bit for the building. Parking won't be on that property, it'll be across the street. And we'll do like a valet parking. And really, it'll just bring in some income to help support taxes and other things that have gone up. And to preserve, that's really my main goal of any properties that I have acquired is to preserve, renovate them, to bring them back, either if it's an older house, like we have across the street at 86, that one had originally been renovated. I'm doing more work to that, to just keep it, just the old New England where heritage and history in the town. I tried to preserve that, just that whole beautiful road. I mean, I love the dirt, we've got the stone walls, and I actually take care of the road. I take care of all of the growth, along the stone walls. People stop and just take pictures because it is beautiful there. There's a lot of outdoor activities, people riding their bikes, walking. So that's what I'm seeking, is some approval to move forward with the project, and we can talk about more details. I think that's all I had really on the list. I did say that that front house, I would turn that more into, it would be attached, the way I envision it, it would be attached to the event center, but because there might be some educational things or corporate people coming in to do some training, I would have maybe some arts and crafts of local people in the area it would just be opened occasionally for the events. And let's see, what else was there? Oh, and an elevator maybe in there, just so that we can get in and out. Not in the house, but in the building itself. So, any questions?
Many.
Okay.
First of all, if you drive down the road and hang a left and go across the bridge, I live about a half mile up the road. So I go by where your place is
great.
quite often.
You're up Riser Bridge there?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. It's beautiful.
And yes, you take very good care of the walls. It is very pretty.
Oh,
But I don't see how it fits into the permitted uses.
I didn't see that either for rural agriculture.
For rural agricultural,
well, we wouldn't be interfering on the agricultural part of the land. There is a house with, I don't know what it is, an acre or two, maybe moving the fence line a little bit.
The zoning regulations, it doesn't fit under what permitted
yeah,
use.
what your permitted uses are in the rural agricultural zone I can't get it to fit.
Okay.
I mean, municipally owned educational center, well, that's out.
What do you think it would fit in? Is there a category?
Well, like a commercial business.
Yeah, commercial, but you don't wanna,
I mean, that's what it would.
the uses allowed are churches, municipally owned and operated educational facilities, et cetera. Agriculture, barn, shed, and other major non-residential farm buildings. So you put the buildings up. Forestry and growth, harvesting, storage, forest products, it's a tree nursery, tree farms, et cetera. Single-family and two-family dwellings, attached garages. Home shop such as electrician, plumber, or similar tradesman's shop. you don't really fit there either. Home-based business or home occupation such as, but limited to lawyer, doctor, realtor, accountant, notary. Also included, but not limited to beauty shop, music teacher, tailor, other personal services. Graveyards, there you go. Manufactured housing, conservation uses. I don't see how you fit into the uses. I think you would need a variance from the zoning board, probably be the easiest way for the use,
Okay.
not the easiest way. If you change your zoning, that'd be a little difficult, I think, out there.
There are some other, are there not other people doing this right now with some of their old barns having weddings and,
Is there? I'll defer to Naomi on that one.
I thought there
You
was.
have something in mind?
No, well, I thought there was something being built over on John Stark Highway, and then I thought there was another one. Well, I don't know how, like the Lake Shore Village Resort, they have their weddings in a tent on the water over there. How that works. I know that's not current use of their property.
That's a commercial enterprise.
It's considered commercial.
That's correct.
Well, the place on Colby
The
Road,
place on Colby Road, but they came before zoning and came before this board
Yes.
back, what, 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years or so ago. Melcher's old house, right?
well, I think in
But that's, I
in
don't
the
think,
rural, this rural ag, right?
Right.
So there is I mean, there have recently been provisions. In fact, the state has got involved, but I can't think of the terminology. Where farms are allowed to,
You talking about Melcher's old place?
Yeah, Melcher's had it.
Collusions on, down on Colby Road.
They
Colby-
came before us, but we never approved anything there, did we?
Yeah, there was an approval.
Yeah, I think we
Limited.
did, for very limited, like 40 people, or something like that, rings a bell to me.
Yeah,
That was like, fell into the agritourism, or what do they call that?
yeah.
what is it?
And that's,
Agritourism.
Agritourism.
I think that-
Melcher, that was zoned, Colby Road is zoned residential too.
Yeah.
Not that it matters much, but. I think it's a good idea, for what it's worth.
You want to fit it into
The
something?
structure fits, the use doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
You build
so
a barn, but the use,
you can't,
the use of the,
as an event center and weddings and 300 to 500 people doesn't fit the use.
it's not rural agriculture.
Yeah,
for
that's not the
zoning.
use that they've listed.
okay, for,
Basically, you're running a business in a rural agricultural zone.
okay.
Not, that's not permitted under the zoning ordinances.
So in
Unless
changing
it's-
that, or getting a variance from the zoning board, what would that mean?
you'd have to apply for a variance for the use, and you'd have to probably be very, very specific on what uses you're gonna do, how many people, et cetera.
We could petition a zoning change, which might or might not fly.
Yeah, you can petition to change your zoning, but I would think that'd be pretty difficult to change a little piece of rural agricultural in Dudley Brook to a commercial zone.
Yeah.
What about historical, because the building is so, like,
That's how I was trying to get into the hardship of the variance, because of the use of the building is in,
But she's gonna put a new building up to do the
that would be
functions.
beside that one, that's the newer one that she wants to change, not the old one. She wants to keep the old one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Or make it new.
Well, it would be, that is correct. So the building would stay, the house is preserved. They added on this other barn, that, garage barn, whatever you want to call it. And that part, you know, there's a lot of things falling down around all of that, those structures. So I wanted to just reproduce it, but a little bit bigger, so to be attached to the house like it is. And So basically, from the outside, a lot of it will look similar, a little bit bigger, a little prettier. And then, people aren't really gonna be allowed to go outside of this fenced-in area that is being used for business.
I think it has to go to the zoning.
I think you have to go to the
You have to
zoning
go to
board.
zoning.
I mean,
You know, have to get specific and go to the, apply to the, for hearing with the zoning.
Okay.
Notify, and then at that point, you have to notify all your abutters.
And then come back here, or,
It's a different board,
It's a
but it's
different
back to
board.
this room, yes.
and then, okay,
You go to the zoning board, get the variance.
and
Once
then
you,
come back to the
once you get the
planning.
variance, then you come back here for a site plan.
We can do that.
Bruce, what are you eating?
Not eating anything, I'm looking in the,
He's flipping the books.
New Hampshire planning and land use regulation, under agritourism.
He's looking up agritourism.
Ah,
or whatever.
I don't know much about agritourism, to be honest.
That's something that just passed a while ago.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's a great
What
idea.
about the conditional use permit? That has no,
That's only for a setup for a kennel.
that's it.
Well, they're just two-legged.
Agritourism, 67432.
That's for a kennel only.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's for a kennel
kennel
only.
only.
I would never think of that, that was the case.
I'm not finding it real quick.
What article are you thinking for the zoning?
17.3. Yeah, permitted use.
67432, B in the white book, Bruce.
Did you hear Jack?
In the white book,
67432B.
Yeah, page 426 in your white state, in the state book. It says in accordance with RSA 672-1, Roman numeral 3, small d, whenever agricultural operations or activities as defined in 21:34A are not explicitly addressed with respect to any zoning district or location, such operations shall be deemed to be permitted. Primary accessory use is conducted in accordance with the management practices. Doesn't say agritourism is permitted as defined in 24:34A shall not be prohibited, so I guess you have to refer to RSA 21:34A. It's in here. Why don't they just make it simple?
It's gonna refer you somewhere else.
2134, you said?
That's why that book's so thick.
Yeah, I know. It's 21:34A. That's
Right where your
what I wanted
finger
to
is.
show. Yep. Yeah, farm, agriculture, and farming. Goes on what explains it. Let's see what it says. Isn't really specific. It just talks more about what farming is and agricultural. I think that some of it that went towards like people who were doing maple sugaring, that they open it up to everybody to stop by at the farm and stuff like that. That's what it has to do with agriculture. Yeah. Corn mazes.
Okay.
I was kind of wondering if there's somebody at the state you could talk to.
I don't know, but she still has the thing is, still has to get before the zoning board, I would say.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's gotta go before zoning. What do you think, Bruce?
no, I think they gotta go to the zoning board. I think what she's looking to do is a lot more detailed than
Need a lot more detail, that's for sure.
fall under. I mean, just the parking problem alone with 300 people there.
Well, she's got a big field.
Yeah, I've
Well,
got,
I mean.
A lot of room.
Yeah, the parking was gonna be across the street.
But in furtherance
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
Dudley Brook is not
Around-
really,
That's, you're not gonna park in a field.
yeah, just like a fair.
and Dudley Brook with that much traffic is not really that.
Yeah.
Well, Benji would
And then-
have to talk to.
Benji's gonna have to weigh in, the police department.
Overnight accommodations at all? She didn't say anything about that, but
About what?
Overnight? Overnight accommodations, is
Not-
there any?
No.
We have, not for that many people, no. And it would only be some of the houses, or they could use the Lakeshore Village Resort.
It would be some of the houses that she owns, they could transport them, but it wouldn't be 300 people staying. She owns other property that she could transport
yeah,
to.
yeah, I understand that. Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to look at the whole thing as a
Oh,
package, but I think it needs to go to the ZBA first.
okay.
Yep. And the traffic on Dudley Brook would be
That's
could be an issue with 300 people going through there.
get more than 10 moving through there at any given time.
I don't
It can be
know.
an issue.
Yeah. I get a lot of cars go by my house all the time.
What I'm saying, to go to one specific.
Well, yeah, once it's got, once
So
it's
you're
got
saying her
destination at
first
1
stop
o'clock.
is zoning,
Yep.
Article 17.3,
Yes.
for permitted use.
I think you need to really define your uses down to, be very specific on your uses,
Okay,
so it's not too gray for the zoning board. Because they're gonna say, this is allowed and this isn't, so it's gonna be a line someplace drawn in the sand, basically. You can't go more than 300, you can't go more than whatever hours,
Yeah.
what the use
how
is gonna
many
be.
times a year, or whatever?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's definitely, it's not all year long.
You're not gonna have a rock concert, but you're gonna have a wedding, those kind of things, you know?
No, yeah, we
Yeah.
can get more detail, so more detail is good,
They're
is
gonna
what
want
you're saying.
details, yeah.
Sure,
They're gonna
sure,
want
I can,
details.
because I've been processing this for years now, and just
Even
now.
down on paper now, you're doing good, that's better than I could have done. I processed things for years, don't get this far.
Yeah. You mean, yeah.
Just ask my wife, I got all kind of projects going on.
That sounds good.
Okay,
All right, that sounds good.
okay,
Thank
good
you
luck.
very much. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Next item on the agenda is a lot line adjustment for Mark and Cynthia, oh boy, Levasseur, I guess?
Living Sailor.
Sure, Gary Labrie, Randy something, Bartlett Drive, tax map 410, lot 30, 410, 31, 32, all in the residential zone. Do we have an application for this? I haven't seen anything. I didn't get a packet this time.
Nope, we didn't give you one. You're back in person, so you don't
Too
get
bad, too
packages.
bad, no wonder I didn't get one.
You're back in person, you don't want packages.
Yeah. I think that was,
I think it was too.
Yeah.
She can have the folder before I do something she don't want me to with it.
you got something to say.
How you doing, everyone?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thanks.
We'll offer you that thing if you wanna set it up. I don't know how many people are here for that, I don't know how many people for the next one. Anyone out there for the Bartlett Drive one? No, okay.
I haven't seen you down on that project in Goffstown. Did you do any work for,
I did. They do their own layout now, so that's pretty good.
yeah, Bill's doing pretty well with
Yeah,
his
he's done really
total
well.
station.
Snap right
I don't like paper clips, I stapled.
Yeah, I did
I
some
don't
work, I
problem
did a
with
lot
that.
of
I
work
don't like
down
paper
in
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
phase one.
Oh,
No, well, they
parking,
thought it was all
everything you
beach
don't
sand.
want
to.
They didn't look at the,
I think if he's got it in color,
Yeah, it might be a little easier to see on the
so he can introduce himself and start.
plan. Yeah.
Usually we accept the applications complete before we do that though.
Okay.
Except I didn't see the application until just, well, now I see the application.
Well. Help
So-
me hire today.
I like to be difficult.
I know.
So we're asking for a waiver from wetland mapping, and there may be a wetland in the southeast corner, southern section down here someplace, right? Not affecting that.
Yes, if you're asking me, yes.
Yes, I am asking you.
It's a big one, yeah. But it's not improving the lots in any way. They're existing lots.
I assume you're asking for a waiver from topo and wetlands also?
I believe so.
You got thick paper. Jeez. Yes.
You can get a copy.
That table has one half, that half has one, and that half has
Little
one.
one. You have a little one.
So you get the little one, those two can
You can have the big one, I'll take the little one, it makes it easier.
So we have a waiver for wetlands, topo, and soils like we always do for wetland adjustments. Waiver request, I should say. Everything
I'll
else,
make a motion to grant the waiver for wetland setback and soil.
Second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Everything else looks, can't be checked, but it's all checked. Everything else looks okay to me. Is that another motion you said, Bruce? Bruce? Oh, well. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
everything look okay?
Yeah,
He doesn't have it.
I know. That's why I was asking to make the motion. I'll make a motion to accept the application as complete.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained?
All right,
Yes,
well,
it's your turn.
thank you. My name's
Oh.
Jock Delaney. I'm the surveyor that prepared the application, the plan in front of you. This is up on Bartlett Drive. What we have is the first 3 lots on the left going up the, up into that development. Each one of them has an issue with the lot lines. Some of them go through the buildings or accessory dwellings outside. And it kind of made a mess with things encroaching and use. So they brought it to us to kind of straighten it out. And we didn't really straighten it out, we just kind of wiggled it around everything. We balance out the acreage between the lots, keeps us out of DDS, keeps the acreage the same on all the lots. And basically worked around the existing homes and the improvements they've got there, driveways. Some of the exterior accessory buildings will be moved or taken care of there in its setbacks. Basically just working around the buildings to make the lot lines fit so nothing's encroaching. Just the 3 owners, they're all kind of cooperating with it and just want to take care of the problem. But it does make for some awkward lot lines.
I'll say.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
Look the
So it
same.
fixes encroachment, but doesn't fix setbacks, right?
I think it does. Yeah, I think we make all our setbacks work.
Well, there's something,
I think there's one small
There's-
shed that's gonna be moved here.
there's a rectangular thing that's going, lot lines going right through the middle, well, middle of it, what,
That's a
30 and,
storage box. It's all stuff. I think, the first owner, lot 30, his intentions are to sell the lot anyway. I think that's kind of what started this whole thing.
I was gonna ask you what started this. How'd
Yeah,
they
I
find
think
out
it's the fact
something
he's
was,
gonna transfer it. No, and his lot goes to the neighbors, and the neighbors up too. So it kind of just straightens out all that. makes it pretty fine.
Driveway matter crossing line.
There is, we do propose one driveway easement, and there's already one in place on, lot 30. I don't think, yeah, yellow, you don't see it.
you have this easement for this.
Yeah, there's that easement there, which is a existing one, then we're proposing this one here because the lot line starts in the driveway. We're holding all the original frontages, so we're not altering any frontages, we need the 200 feet, I think it's out there. So there's a lot of kind of constraints we had to hold to make everything kind of fit.
Yeah, so,
To make it, you want the color one? Go see it.
Sure.
Pick it out a little better. Not a lot of color.
I can see the driveway here. Yeah, the only one that does is for lot 30 that encroaches on the line. But I don't think that's a big deal to switch it, move it.
Well, we'd be altering frontages. This is an
If you moved it,
existing,
maybe move the driveway down there? Just-
well, I don't know if they will. This one has an existing easement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one's already been addressed. This next one here, the dark line is the existing lot line, the dash one. It's already in the driveway. So what we're looking at, we can't lose frontage on this lot, brings us down below the requirement. So we looking at an easement, which is this one here. Would be the easement servicing lot 31, which would be encroaching on lot 32.
So really 32 is in pretty good shape, because the other two are messed up.
I think 32 had some.
Let's get a couple.
Yeah, I guess he just participated, well, this guy's
Yeah.
house was over that line.
Right, it's 31 and 32.
Yeah.
31 and
32 was
30.
Pretty much, he was okay.
Yes, it was, is.
Yeah. He's just
Okay.
participating.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's a friendly situation, everybody just wants to straighten it out.
So what are these buildings between lot 31 and 32, or 30 and 31? You said this is a storage trailer?
They're all temporary.
These
storage
things?
Boxes and whatnot, yeah. And they're already over the lot line. But those will be coming out, I was told, and the shed out back is gonna have to be moved.
So this is gonna be, these are all gonna be moved?
Yeah.
That's on lot 30?
Yeah.
Yes. Looks like there's 5.
2, 3, 4, 7, by the looks of it.
7? 1,
Well,
1,
you
2,
got-
3, 4, 5.
I didn't know if the one that was divided was separate ones. There's a little one way out in the line, yeah. And
I
there's
think the one way out back is the only one that's, in the end, gonna be staying, and that's just gonna be moved.
And there's one right on the back of the house. Is that the one you're looking at?
This one.
Yeah. Here, and there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay.
So those 5 are gonna be moved?
Yes.
Okay, so we can make that,
The ones near the structure.
this,
Moved, and these removed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything else is boxes, right? Just storage. Nothing
So
permanent.
4 is removed and 1 is moved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Messy.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't make pretty lot lines.
I was amazed you would be able to do that to keep your acreages and frontages.
Yeah, the frontage is what the big thing,
Yeah.
and balancing out the acreage, it keeps the state permitting.
Is that was subdivision from the 80s,
I think so.
90s, 80s, late 80s, or early 90s?
I think it late Asia. Back at the file.
This is this house. That is this house here.
So is the shed on 31, that's okay? It looks like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original subdivision, I think, was done. I think the original subdivision was adjusted in '88.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the original was before that.
Told you.
Way back one.
This would have been a
I
mess
wasn't here
calculating this in
then.
benchmark.
Yes.
What's that?
This would have been a mess calculating something like this in benchmark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Harry Murray did that. I'm not owning up to doing septic designs, but I did.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Lots of monuments to set.
Yeah, they're just pins, right?
Lots of them.
I think we have one out front, a driveway, we'll set up railroad spike or something.
Yeah, I figured you put a railroad track or something in that.
This one here is gravel, so I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do about that. Something.
Big sledgehammer rebar. Anybody from the public have any questions or comments?
I think they're here for the next one.
I think so too, but I still gotta ask.
I asked
I was
earlier.
hoping someone would leave.
No such luck.
Okay. Hearing nothing, I will close it for public comment. Maybe never to be opened again. No, kidding. All I see is the sheds have to be, I think they should be moved and relocated before the plan's signed and the monument's set. I think the plan's pretty clear.
Yep.
Gets a little confusing right there, but once you stop and stare at it a while, you can figure out what
Yeah,
lines
as
once.
I said.
Yeah, right here, there's a lot of lines, but,
Once your eyes stop crossing.
yeah. Once you say, "Oh, what's this line?" And you follow it, you go, "Oh, okay, now I see what it is."
So you're saying the sheds need to be moved or removed and the monuments need to be set?
Yes.
Now, it's been a while. Do they let me know when they're set so I can let you know? Plan or-
Typically, they give the Mylar and instead of saying to be set, they say set. Then we just, everybody's golden.
Okay.
And would that easement need to be in place?
I think the easement document should be recorded with the plan
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Easement
The
document?
easement document for this
Well-
one driveway.
Yeah, I mean, all three owners have to sign the plan, and
Yeah.
and the transfers have to go in at the same time, too. All the documentation.
I love it.
I'll just smack you. Bruce, get back here.
I'm still here.
I'm not gonna make it easy for you.
Okay,
I'm here.
I'm gonna make a motion again. You guys are tough, I'm telling you. With the following conditions. 1, the 5 sheds or trailers have to be relocated. 2, monuments have to be set. 3, the easement deed has to be executed and recorded simultaneously with the plan. And lastly, the owner's signatures on the plan.
I'll second it.
Did I miss anything, Naomi?
Uh, I don't think so.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Congratulations.
I just want yours. I don't need the rest of the paper.
Wait, want me to fold it? Is it okay?
I already did, so. I know how to fold. I'll take everything else that was in that folder though. You had the application and,
I'm pretty did I get it back
No.
there?
no,
Ray has it.
it's right there.
Yeah, this is all hers. I had copies of that, that's why I wasn't
watching
sure.
like a fly.
Jeez.
Tough crowd.
So we're gonna adjourn now, right? Next item on the agenda is a subdivision for AMS Properties LLC, Perkins Pond Road and Mountain Road, tax map 410, lot 53 in the rural ag zone. Application to subdivide tax map into 7 lots. We have a
You have that folder.
application, I have her folder.
I have a folder.
Here's a couple plans.
I have.
Here's a plan.
Another plan? Yeah,
This one has highlighting red marks on
guys,
it.
we have the big ones. Oh, this one's good. Okay, yeah.
figured
You
she's
guys
gonna
have
want this one
could share
back.
the big one.
Okay.
What this one was
Look at the big one.
Yeah.
Jack, did you have the small one from the last one?
Yeah, I got a small one from the last one. What? So, oh, you want it? Jeez. You got the big one and the small one.
I know a few of you, but I'll have to get your names. Connie Simon. While they're looking, I'll do that. I know those two.
No waivers requested. I don't see anything
I know them.
strange or missing.
Oh, yeah, I know you too.
7 lots.
Is he here too? Yeah. I don't know the other gentleman's green shirt. Joe? Okay. Don't think I missed anyone.
The only thing I noticed was I don't see test pits on the plans. We've had this conversation before.
Okay, well, I have a plan that shows we did test pits since.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Great.
we
Thank
just-
you.
Accept the application yet?
So,
No, we have not. I wanted to make sure we had test pits before I started this trick.
I
Okay.
apologize for not having them then, but we have done them.
Okay.
So we've done the test pits, we're gonna move a couple driveways due to the test pits. Actually, just 2 driveways,
Hang on.
so.
I don't see anywhere we requested the checklist looks complete. So we need to accept the application is complete now that we have these test pits.
Okay, make a motion that we accept the application as complete.
Second.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
okay.
Mr. Art, thank you.
So this property is,
You know, just speak up a little because Bruce is on the phone if you don't
Okay.
mind.
so this property is on the west side of Perkins Pond Road and the north side of Mountain Road. The entire property is 39.01 acres. It's not in a flood hazard zone or an aquifer protection area. It is in current use. All the lots that we show are over 5 acres, and it's shown, they're listed in note 3, and they all have over 250 feet of frontage. The plan I just presented shows test pits that we did. All the lots meet the area in table 1.1 for non-wetland. They're all at least 127,000 square feet. All the driveways will conform to the town regs. And note 6, I'm citing how many building permits they'll get based on set of lots they can get for a year. I have a note in the purpose of the plan that shows the developer will sprinkle all 7 houses, but I've got to check the distance from the Perkins Pond.
Oh, I thought you had to check like in cash. Oh,
No,
no.
I'm gonna check,
I was gonna say,
I have to check that distance.
Perkins Pond.
John mentioned to me the other day that maybe we're close enough, and I hadn't done that yet. I will do that. So that's the only difference. I don't know if you've received anything from the fire department.
Yep,
Yes, we
got
have.
a few little letters, I'll sit down.
What's that?
Said they want a cistern.
They want a cistern?
Have you met with them yet?
No.
Probably should. Came back, all they did was make a motion. In the meeting the other night, the motion was,
That's the,
motion by D. Huey,
don't get
seconded by W. Meady to
I
install
don't
a
get the
cistern.
Give it to her.
So there wasn't any discussion in
It's the
here,
only thing that
so
says assistant
probably won't
fire
have any
department.
discussion with them.
Okay.
Yes, the distance from Perkins Pond might be important.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because, well, not really, because it'll still be 4 lots on, it'll still be 4 lots on Mountain Road. And it may cover 3 of them or whatever, but I don't know if it'll,
I mean, what's this distance written down in this plan?
I didn't read it. I don't know, what does it say?
I kind of assume that's the distance to the fire, to the cistern,
To the pond.
to the pond, right? Somebody wrote down and read in this plan, just for your information, from this lot line, an arrow going that way, 4,236 feet. I'm assuming that's the distance from there,
4,000?
yeah,
Oh, yeah, it probably is.
to the cistern.
I know it won't cover the whole.
Yeah,
It's over 3,000 feet from the intersection to the dam.
okay.
So maybe not, maybe it won't cover any of the lots if
It
that's
won't,
4,000.
it won't cover the ones over here, that's for sure, at least on the last couple.
It might cover one of them or whatever, but either way, we'd like to sprinkle. So we'll have to talk to the fire department, see why.
So you're not affecting any wetlands with driveways,
No,
not affecting any wetland buffers?
no. We avoided them all.
so for my own edification, if a driveway looks like it's gonna cross this whole area here, like if I extend that, that looks like it goes across what the setback would be? Is that, okay,
Yep,
okay. My next question would
structure
be-
setback.
Okay, my next question would be, this being a stone wall, isn't there some permitting or something that has to be done around?
He needs to get permission from the selectmen to break the stone wall, yes.
Okay, but that would be when they build.
That's on the driveway permit.
Yes, that's with the driveway permit.
Okay. Just checking.
I was thinking that, I thought the planning board could,
We recommend it to the
or
selectmen.
just recommend
Yeah,
it.
that's come before us.
Sorry, we can't approve that. Questions or comments from the board?
It apparently would be phased.
Yes, he has a note, 4 building permits per year.
Yep.
Article 15.
You might want to look at it. That's
Yeah,
what,
so I
that's
just
the way I
thought-
read it.
It does.
It seems-
That's what it says.
See if you see any different. I haven't done a phasing thing in a long time.
Nope, you're good. 5 to 10 is 4 a year. Okay, who's first? Anybody from public like to speak? Come on up and state your name and address, please,
Yeah.
for the record.
Yeah, I'm Dwayne Dupre. I'm a butter on 66 Mountain. How big are these houses supposed to be? I heard 4,000 square foot.
The 4,000 square foot, I think you heard, is for the leach field area, to be reserved for leach field.
Is there any spec on the house itself?
No.
Okay. Can I get a copy of that plan? Seeing as how I'm gonna direct the butter to it?
I mean, we can probably use the small one that Jack's using, because we can make those.
I wanna see, I'm concerned about where they're gonna place the house next to mine. I don't know if you're familiar with the Sizemore house, but that's mine. I only got 25 foot
to the boundary, and I'm concerned on where that house is gonna get placed, if it's gonna get placed on my side or not. The closer it's to me, the less my property's gonna be worth, because it's a small lot.
Which lot do you own?
I own the Sizemore property there next to the
Oh,
yeah,
size.
Sizer, I'm sorry.
Sizer.
It's the shared driveway there.
Yep.
By Rick LaCourse, Mark Pinard.
It doesn't show on my plan.
No, it wouldn't.
You're not gonna see it there. Because it's, he's in the letter.
So I have a concern about,
Wouldn't I see his name?
He's Joseph Pinard. On the right side.
Oh, over
West
there.
side of
Okay.
53.
Over here, okay.
And his house is right near that.
right on the corner, it's only 25 feet from that stone wall.
Okay.
His house is right
Well, to be honest, sir, we can't regulate where the house goes except
Well, I
for-
understand that, I'm just concerned, and I had a question about if anything is shown on there approximate where it is, so I have an idea what I'm gonna do. Nothing? Okay.
It has to be 25 feet from the side lot line.
All right, now I have a concern on what's gonna happen here, okay? They haven't even started, this is the first approval for this, or the first time it's brought before you guys. Okay, you don't have an approved application, right?
No, that's our job.
It's incomplete, and now,
No, it's complete. We accepted it's complete.
okay, I stand corrected. Now, they're already been in there with excavator, just this past week.
Yes, they have to do test.
You have an ordinance about stone walls not being defaced, not being taken apart, correct? I can read it, I got it on my phone.
Without selectmen approval.
Okay. Now my concern is gonna be this. They've already run through the stone wall with an excavator right next to my house. Defaced it, knocked it down. What's gonna happen the rest of the way here? They gonna go by the guidelines, or are they just gonna do what they wanna do?
I would assume they're gonna go by the guidelines.
They have to go by the guidelines.
They have to go by the rules.
Okay, well, who do you go to when they don't? I come back here?
Come to the Board of Selectmen.
Okay. I mean, there's nothing I can do about this. I'm not happy by any means. Cause depending on where they put that house could infringe on me being able to shoot my guns out my backyard. Okay? That's another concern. That's one of the reasons I bought the place, and I understood that, and I was hoping to possibly buy a piece of it to eliminate the problem. But it was done on the back. No, nothing was notified, nothing. It was just a backdoor deal. Here you go. I wanna buy your property, pay your taxes, and be done with it. Okay? So I'm stuck.
I'm gonna say I'm not quite sure that's true, because I got a phone call.
I didn't-
I'm a land surveyor. I got a phone call from one of my clients 6 months ago about this property.
Yeah, nobody notified anybody in the neighborhood. Can
So-
ask anybody here.
Well, that's very well.
Nobody knew nothing. All of a sudden, he comes walking out of the
All I know
woods.
is one of my clients knew about it 6 months ago.
Yeah, well,
So-
it'd been nice if the neighborhood knew what was going on. There was never a sign, there was nothing.
Not to my knowledge, no.
When you came through the woods and I said, can I help you, what's going on over there? And you said it's being surveyed. I said, would have been nice.
It was listed on the multi-listing service.
Yeah, well, nobody notified anybody that it was up for sale.
Well,
Not all of us watch the multiple listings because we're busy with our lives.
I'm just saying.
Whatever. I'm not gonna argue anymore. I'm getting heated here and I'm not gonna blow you guys up. I'm just gonna bow out here and just say I'll be watching what's going on over there. Because it affects my house and it's gonna affect my property, my values, and I hope the town's gonna drop my taxes when my property assessment goes down.
Thank you.
That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Anybody else like to speak? Yes, sir. Come on up.
Thanks, Carl Benedict, a butter at 43, and question, I guess, was for test pits and any ledge encountered out there? So any plan to address the ledge? Are you doing any blasting, chipping? How, is there any of that proposed, I guess?
Well, the test pits are satisfactory for leach fields, but I don't know what is planned for the houses. Typically, nobody's been blasting anymore, they've been, chipping.
Right.
So the
chipping it away rather than blasting.
yeah, perfect. So the question I guess I have is, how will that be managed? What are the timeframes that they're gonna be managed under? If there's chipping away, like, how long is it gonna be? Is it
It's,
6 months, winter, like?
that's part of the building process that we don't really control that. That's part of the,
Okay,
we're-
just looking for some info, I guess, because we have basically zero,
Maybe
so.
I can get an answer from
Yep.
How long does it take to chip a foundation? A day? Depends on the rock. Day or two.
So it depends on the rock.
Okay,
Well,
so,
it depends on the rock, but I want an answer. He got no answer, I gave him an answer. Ask the rock guy.
thank you, appreciate it. So a day or two per lot,
Could-
potentially.
Could take a week
Right, okay.
or more, depending on the size, how much rock, how much is gonna come out.
Yep. All right, well, I'm sure everybody everybody else around it is just curious as well, too. I would mention, the property does abut prime wetlands. I'm not sure if there's any specific setbacks from the local level on the prime wetland, but it is prime wetland. I'm curious, is there any, we haven't seen the lot lines either. Is there anything designated for conservation or any protection of any of those?
How come you're not sending out a plan to the voters? You used to.
I used to do a lot of things, yeah.
You get a lot of.
there is a 25-foot no-cut buffer around all wetlands.
Okay, anything specific for the prime wetland?
No, it's too far away.
Okay.
There is a 50-foot wetland setback, building setback as well.
Okay. I
That's
think,
part of the zoning ordinance.
yep, thank you. I think I heard no waivers proposed, is that right?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, and I think I also heard that you said there's no comments specifically to housing or siting location, is that correct?
The only thing we can regulate is driveways.
Driveways and offset, is that correct?
We can't regulate size of houses, color of houses, anything about the house.
So that's
Well, 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, so,
But-
perfect,
I can answer.
Thank you.
So when you look at the plan, you'll see a 4K area for Leachfield.
Yep.
You'll see a well. The house will probably be somewhere in between.
Okay.
Typically.
Are
Typically it'll be right, so you'll see about where it'll be
right, next to the 4K, basically, right? You're saying
uphill from it.
uphill, got it. So, are the driveway cuts also shown?
Yes.
Yeah, well, we're correcting 2 of them, we're changing 2 of them, so the plan that was presented, is gonna change this a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll try to get you a new plan, well, depending on what more you ask for, I'll try to get you that plan digitally, so Naomi will have it before.
Yeah, and I would just comment, based on the traffic and the speed of traffic, just requesting that those driveways are offset at least from each other. Alternating driveways on Mountain Road is a terrible idea. And I think that's about it. I'm just curious as well too, if you have a proposed schedule for construction.
Sold.
I know there's a process to complete this here, but, anticipated schedule, I
I
guess?
know they wanna try to get at least 2 building permits this year, at least.
Yeah, okay,
They're allowed 4.
okay, and
Right, 4 year.
okay. No impacts for wetlands proposed.
No impact.
And,
Kept away from it, there are wetlands, but we managed to stay away from it.
yeah, there are. And I would just request a copy of the plan to review as well, too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
My name's Joe Leroy, I'm 4 Perkins Pond. I was just wondering, I got a culvert that comes into my yard, straight from the mountain. I was just don't want any problems with drainage or...
Where are you?
4 Perkins.
Across from your lot 53.5.
Oh, okay, so there's like a culvert right around here somewhere. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so that's, right in my yard, I just did a huge French drain. Yeah, I got the 5/8 in it, yeah. That's down there, yeah. So I just wanna make sure, I don't know. Just wanna make sure it's all right. Well, yeah. Little drainage and everything. That's collecting the road drainage, yeah. Right, I have no idea about it, that's my concern. Most of the building's gonna be over here on this side of the line. So you got a driveway coming. Although maybe that's one of the ones that
you're changing,
Yeah, he's talking right here now.
yes.
So this driveway's gonna be here. There shouldn't be much drainage change.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm at 18, so I'm right next door to Joe. Our concern is we're downhill from these properties, and if the driveways are right across from us, we're gonna have a lot of water runoff if there's a lot of clearing going on. So I kind of want to know how much clearing is gonna happen and where the driveways are gonna be placed. It sounds like they're gonna be changed, those on Parkins Pond.
Well, any drainage that does leave the property, there's a ditch along the road there.
Right.
Doesn't,
And some of the stuff
there
around
is
the,
one culvert, yeah, I see in front of Carl Benedict's property.
some of the runoff from the other driveways, it will be up to the road agent too, to approve the driveways, and he may require culverts at the end of the driveway,
okay.
so, and usually that is required, so,
He
Okay.
has
I'm
about
just
15
expressing
inch.
concern about runoff is
I
basically
understand.
what I want
yeah,
to
so.
And
address.
that culvert comes from the wetland that comes to the property.
So
For
we,
us, I guess, has anybody seen any issues with any drainage? Any of them?
well, we basically have a creek that comes up, a spring that comes up at the bottom of our driveway. It just comes right out of the ground and it runs off and it joins where the storm drain that he was talking about.
On your side of the road?
Yeah, I'm at 18, so, yeah, it just comes up from underneath, so I don't know how much of more runoff we're gonna have, but, and kind of just wondering how much clearing is gonna take place, because if a lot of clearing is, you know, a lot of trees are gonna come down, we're gonna have a lot of drainage issues.
Probably just an house size, typically, that's all they do.
Okay.
They're not doing a lot.
Okay, thank you. Melissa Croto, I'm at 30 Perkins Pond Road. I'm the gray colonial. I was the first one built on that road 19 years ago. So, my concern really is where is the driveways, because I don't want lights in my house. There was a reason I moved to where?
Where are you?
The gray, the 30?
Oh, 30,
Yeah. So I'm wondering where driveways are going, how much clearing is happening. Those are the concerns I really have. Traffic is
No
really,
driveway, the driveway here, right here. Your driveway right here, the other driveway's gonna be.
so it's gonna hit my house.
Where's your house? It's over here.
So
Your
where,
house is over here.
okay,
Here's the driveway.
so it's gonna hit the
The telephone.
We can address these comments later on. You should address the comments to us so we can,
Yep.
okay.
rather than going to him.
So this is what would have been nice for us to see.
I understand.
Are these, so that's kind of where I'm a little frustrated that we're sitting here looking at it now, wondering what's been going on. Because they did come the other day clearing. So my other concern is I work from home. I have a dog, so all this noise is affecting me and my job because I'm on conference calls all day. So if we're gonna do blasting or anything, can someone please knock on our doors and let us know you're gonna be blasting at set times?
Well, you got a whistle, you know all about that, don't you?
An email or something to
They-
notify us so I can leave
Usually if there's
and,
blasting going on anywhere, that any neighbors
okay,
are notified. If they're within a certain footage, their houses are surveyed to make sure that.
right, because the neighbors, the houses have shaken when they've done tandemite up there and everything, and it's set the whole neighborhood in an uproar.
Well, this
Because the
is-
buses are going down, kids can't get off, it's, over the years, it's been rough, so I just want you guys aware of what does go on. The traffic on Perkins Pond is ridiculous. You take your life in your hands if you walk that road, waiting for the bus on the driveways. So now you're adding all these new houses onto a road that's already very taxed. So, no one does the speed limit. So,
It's something to deal with the police.
yes,
not-
and we've called,
We've been there, Jack.
yeah.
We've told many a times.
Well, that's the only way to,
Park right in my driveway, you know where it goes, you might
I
as
think
well
we've
talk
all
to
heard
the phone.
So,
it's the only thing to do is keep calling them.
Yeah.
I'll make a note of it to talk to the chief when he comes,
Park right at the foot of my
when he-
shared driveway.
when he comes to the board.
Because you'll get them every time coming up and going down.
nope, that's all I had. I appreciate the time.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, we'll close the public hearing, public comment portion anyway. Any comments or
Want to
questions?
schedule a site walk?
Yes, I do. Jack, when can you make a site walk? Because last time you told us a certain time and you weren't there.
No, I ended up working till 8 o'clock at night.
All I know is you told us a certain time.
Any evening except Mondays a conflict with the selectmen's meeting.
Only the first and third.
That's first and third, so there you go.
You're gonna have to hit it a little earlier, it's getting dark now.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 6 o'clock, no later
Do
than
I have
that.
that plan? I can make them copies of that small one if that'll help.
You taking that little one again?
Yeah. You gonna send it tomorrow or not? I'll make sure.
I got a meeting Monday and Wednesday next week, so that's not gonna work, but.
Next Monday, no, that's not gonna work. I gotta work, I know I'm working late on that project. Almost dark.
Okay, how about we start with the week of October 4th being a Monday, of course, Monday won't work.
How about Tuesday?
How about Tuesday?
The 5th?
Tuesday the 5th?
5:30?
Tuesday the 5th?
I'm not coming, don't ask me. I have a zoning board meeting that night.
5:30 on the 5th?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
5:30 at the site, at the,
Where are you gonna park?
where are we gonna park? Where's a good place to park?
On that dangerous road.
On the, right,
Hill Road.
his driveway.
Just park on the side and put your flashers on. That'll slow the traffic down, maybe.
We'll block it. We should block the road.
Well, you're gonna be
So
walking.
Sidewalk is gonna be Tuesday, the 5th,
Tuesday the 5th, yes.
5:30.
5:30, yes.
I have to post that. You guys can figure out where to park.
What's that?
I said they can figure out where to park.
Yeah. Yeah, we park on the side of the road. There's no, you can't get off the road. There's a ditch along the whole road, so it's hard to get off.
Four-wheel drive.
Yeah, me too.
Top of Perkins Pond Road, we could,
Pack down,
Park the dam,
Peacock
walk
Hill.
up.
pack of Benjis.
What's that?
top of Peacock Hill is probably safest.
Peacock Hill.
Right at the intersection?
No, Perkins Pond's safe. Well, yeah, if you want, yeah, down
That's
on
halfway between
lot 6 there, 53-6, along there, you can park.
Yeah, okay.
Pack away by the dam.
We'll meet on Perkins Pond Road at any rate, at 5:30 Tuesday.
The 5th, right?
Yes.
And you'll have to make a trip
So we
to the
got-
fireworks.
Yes, you need to get the fireworks,
Oh, yeah.
talk to the sprinkler cistern thing.
Yep.
So we can get that straightened out. Anything from a Conservation Commission? I shouldn't ask.
I think they were fine.
Yeah, according to that, it didn't,
They were all set.
Yeah, I think they were too.
That's good.
Yeah, there was no comment.
Cool.
Now, Wendy had a comment that the tax card shows 37.21 is 39.01, now it's been surveyed.
I don't want to hear from, I've surveyed the property, that's tax map.
No, that was a question.
What was the question?
Tax map
Is the
shows.
new, right, 3901 is now the surveyed number?
Yes. Yeah, oh, okay, she was just asking.
Yeah, she was asking.
I do see a little AutoCAD glitch,
A little what?
little AutoCAD issue up here. Okay, so
Benji lives right there on the peak. The pond is right here.
you got the bearing there twice, bearing and distance is there twice.
Son Peter lives right here in the corner.
Yeah, I cleaned that up. I just saw a couple other things.
Stuttered when you hit the,
It happens.
Is that it?
Do we have a copy of this plan before the site walk? Can you send a copy of this?
Yeah, I'll have that for you. I'll send you PDF of it. Yeah, I'll try to get you some, yeah, hard
If
copies.
you send me a PDF, I can plot out
Yeah.
Okay,
whatever.
I'll send it to you. Or I'll send it to you, you forward it. Is that the procedure?
Send it to one of us and CC the other one.
I'll get you an amended plan of that.
Yeah, with the test pits and the
Shop corner of
revised driveways.
149.
on it, so we have
That's
that.
ours with the test pits tonight.
You just go right straight.
That has a
up
test
149,
pits.
straight
This is
across.
ours?
Yeah, I'll give you that one, but
Okay.
I'm gonna clean it up so you have a good plan for the next meeting.
Don't roll it.
Do not intersign.
Oh, there is?
It's already been rolled.
Bruce, did you have any other questions?
Yeah, does Conservation have, no comment because they hadn't seen it yet, or?
Oh, no, they saw it.
They saw
had
it.
no comment. I gave it to them almost the same day he brought it in, because they met that night. Trying to be efficient.
Okay.
Any other comments, questions?
Anything else?
Don't look like it.
No. We're showing you,
You made a motion to continue till when?
October 28th.
October 28th.
The real question is, where are you gonna put a cistern if this road's so busy?
That's not my problem.
I
That's
know,
yours.
I know. Who
Need a
knows?
motion to October.
They might be
I made a
asking for
second.
something that's not gonna be pretty here.
Discussion, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
They moved it to continue to October 28th.
Yep.
Right, I'm gonna just go.
The public is invited to the site walk. We aren't gonna make any decisions. It's just mostly a listen to what he has to say and look around. No decisions, no votes, no nothing like that'll be taken to the site walk.
No,
Tuesday
Tuesday
the
the 5th.
Yeah, 5:30. You know, Naomi, I think, is making all you people copies.
That's it.
Next item on the agenda is minutes.
Thank
Karen missed a D. See that? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
She sent revised minutes out, so I missed a D.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw the revised ones. I didn't get a chance to read the originals.
didn't
I
either.
looked at the revised ones and I go, they look good to me.
I didn't read either one of them.
One correction.
On the revised ones? Uh-oh, I didn't see anything on the revised ones.
So on the last page, page 7, I suggested that we needed to add after she put Airbnb.
Yeah.
In the regs, it's BNB, not Airbnb. It's bed and breakfast.
I thought bed and breakfast was addressed, oh,
Right.
it wasn't, but we don't have anything for Airbnb.
Correct. So it says suggested on page 15 our site plan review regulations after Airbnb. We need to clarify by adding short-term rental. It doesn't say Airbnb,
So you
it
can't
says
go after it.
B&B.
Okay.
Because Airbnb is specific, a specific
Yeah,
organization.
the regulations,
So if you say
But,
short-term
but that
rental,
should
it
say
covers all.
B&B.
Yeah.
That
Right.
should say B&B. Because it's referencing what's in the regs right now.
Yeah,
That's the only change.
short-term rental should probably cover all of that anyway, I would think. But yeah, might as well cover all the bases with that.
People, I did.
He needs a folding lesson.
What?
Wow.
I'm gonna sit over next to the pastor.
Tough crowd
just
over
in
here.
case you guys,
It's a tough crowd over here.
sitting at that end next time.
So where on page
Right.
15 does it say bed and breakfast?
On the site plan,
Yeah?
under hotel, motel, lodging house, or B&B.
B.
Bed and breakfast.
So B&B is the reference that I said.
Got it.
She put Airbnb. It should just be B&B.
Instead of
Last page on
Airbnb
page
and
7.
B
Are you
and
doing the
B.
minutes then?
We are doing the minutes, yes.
So I move we accept the minutes as corrected.
Second.
The revised minutes as
Revised.
Yeah. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
It's quick, huh?
Good night. You
Okay, Bill.
can shut it off.
Good night, Bruce.
Good night, thanks.
Yeah.